Alright boys, we're at the Ugly Mug Coffee House right now. Gotta pick up a drink before we head to the park. We have a pretty big day ahead of us. I heard they have a Horror Nights tent located on site, which is very exciting for us to see because Horror Night season is among us. We just made it over to the Ugly Mug Coffee House. This is actually one of my favorite coffee spots in Burbank. It's right next to Universal. I don't drink coffee, but they have really good coffee and mocha fraps. And
oh, what's up?
How are you?
How are you? Good. How are you?
Good.
Welcome to the Ugly Mug.
As you can see, everyone's very friendly here. Could I just do a strawberry smoothie?
Yeah. Do you want a medium or a large?
Medium. So I got a strawberry smoothie. It's on the house, thanks to Remy. Remy, do you have like a favorite drink here?
Chocolate banana latte is the best drink here. You get a lot of banana in it. You get a lot of like chocolate. It's the perfect combination because you also get the espresso in it.
Well, check it out if you're ever in Burbank or near Universal. It's called the Ugly Mug Coffee House. Great place.
I'll hook you up if you're here.
Right now, as we're driving to Universal, Aldo and I are watching one of our videos. Everyone says I look like Phaser. I don't see it. We just made it to the park. This is our second time here in the last hour or so. Again, we forgot our SD card and we had to go to Best Buy to buy a new one. Let's try again. Alright, we just made it in the park, and I feel like I talk about this in every video, but every theme park is upgrading their system to enter the park. Disneyland is adding facial recognition as well as magic band entry. Universal, on the other hand, we're using the same biometric scan, and it takes forever to get into the park, and it's not efficient. I feel like they need to improve that system. So right now I'm heading into the Illumination store because I saw on Universal's Instagram that they're promoting Gabby's Dollhouse pretty heavily. What in the world? Have you guys ever seen Gabby's Dollhouse? That's Gabby right there. They have her mascot actually inside of the theme park. I don't know if she's out today, but her mascot is honestly so creepy. I don't know if they have them here, but they just introduced the new Flower sippers. I don't think they have them here though. Hi. Oh, there it is. That's so awesome. They have this in Japan, and there's a few other sippers that we still don't have here in Hollywood. I wonder what's taking them so long to roll out these sippers. So right behind me is Fast and Furious, the new roller coaster they're building, and I'm so excited. We finally have some track located on site. Looking closely onto the track, you could see that there is a track switch located on the station platform, which has me thinking that there's going to be 2 platforms to board the ride vehicle, which is nice because that'll make things a lot more efficient. Also, if you think about it, there isn't a lot of space for the queue, so I have a feeling that they might not include Express with the attractions opening, similar to Mario Kart, to make operations as fast as possible. But it's kind of crazy how it's looking right now. Looking at the project, towards the lower half, they painted this entire thing green. Maybe they need to identify a specific part of land to the construction workers for them to convert the land into something else. I'm not sure exactly how geography works. Right now there isn't much of a difference since the last time we were here outside of the big station and the track switch we've located. I'm assuming later on this week we're gonna start seeing some more track located on site. As long as it doesn't rain, I feel like we'll start seeing a lot quicker progress. They're working right now from Monday through Saturday, so Sundays are the only days we wouldn't see any progress at all. But I want to show up to the park at least once or twice a week to keep an eye on the project because I have a feeling that from this point forward things are going to escalate drastically. I think we're gonna start seeing some coaster footers at some point next week or the week after, and then from there supports and track. And I think they'll have track located somewhere on site if it's not here already. Now looking at this side of the project, there's an apparent change. They have coaster footers in the ground. It's all open right now, which means they're gonna be pouring it in with concrete foundation very, very soon, which is very exciting because it means that supports are gonna be going in very, very soon. I think right now what the marketing team should do is start promoting the roller coaster because at this rate, it seems like they're going to be opening it within the next year or 2 or so. And there hasn't been much hype around the Fast and Furious coaster. Same with Nintendo. I feel like the marketing team lacked just a little on putting out commercials and stuff. They could have taken advantage of the Super Bowl and had a Super Bowl ad for Super Nintendo World. I feel like that would have brought a lot of interest into the theme park because Nintendo is this huge property and I feel like it deserves nothing less. But they should definitely start advertising this roller coaster, releasing concept art, and building some hype around it because we're getting very close. Now looking down at the Mummy queue, we could see that a Horror Nights tent has popped up. Usually I don't talk too much about speculation, but a speculation map was released and I wanted to give a little bit of input on it, and I wanted to talk about what I think they could be doing. Okay, now looking at the speculation map, I want to start with the lower lots where we have Soundstage 15 with an unknown IP. I would really like them to put a new Stranger Things maze. Stranger Things Season 5 comes out next year. We had one scene from Season 3 and we didn't have that much of the Starcourt Mall or anything, so I feel like another Stranger Things maze would be great to see. In Soundstage 22, we have this image of a skull with vampire fangs. I'm thinking this is gonna be our Universal Monsters maze for this year, probably Dracula and maybe a Phantom of the Opera combination. Right below, there's a bug. And the first thing that came to mind was Exterminators. So it's possible we can get like an original Exterminators haunted house. I really liked the Terror Tram last year. I feel like we could have used a lot more decorations, but the concept was there. I really enjoyed the concept. And then of course, looking at the Mummy Queue, this was formerly the location of Silent Hill. I forget what year, I think 2013 or 2012. I can't recall at the top of my head, but we have a mute button. And two things come to mind. Silent Hill, which is a video game. Last year we had The Last of Us. And then also A Quiet Place, which is also receiving a new movie this year, A Quiet Place Day One. Now looking at the upper lot, we have very interesting icons. We have one flower, and right below we have a Chrysler logo. I was thinking about this a little bit. Chrysler, Chrysler, Chrysler. Is there a horror movie centered around a Chrysler? And then I thought of the Ecto-1. The Ecto-1 is a Chrysler. It's possible we get another Ghostbusters maze, and ironically, there's another Ghostbusters movie coming out this year. And then right above, there's a flower. And I feel like this is the one thing I've been talking about all the time, and that's that I want Terrifier to come to Horror Nights this year. And in one scene of the second Terrifier movie, he puts on these really silly looking glasses. They look like little sunflowers on each lens. And this flower looks exactly like those sunglasses. So that was the first thing that came to mind. They didn't really hint at anything with the Terror Tram logo, but right below we have another knife with some blood on it. First thing that comes to mind is Halloween, Michael Myers. I don't really want Michael Myers again. It's been happening a lot recently, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get Halloween once again. And then right below that, I see a moon with stars. And I know this isn't really Universal, but it's possible that Universal got the rights to Marvel. I know on the East Coast, they have the rights to Marvel, but not any of the new stuff. First thing that came to mind was Moon Knight. Imagine a Moon Knight haunted house. I feel like it would work very well. It's not necessarily horror, but it is suspense, and it has like incredible characters. It's a pretty new show, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but I feel like Moon Knight could potentially come to Horror Nights. We do have a little bit of an update over here at the locker situation. They have chicken netting around the brick walls, and so that means they're probably going to start some rock work very soon. That's the very first layer that goes into theming the rock work, so it's going to look nice. I'm excited to see the final product. They're releasing a new Beetlejuice movie at some point this year, and Michael Keaton is reprising his role, and they actually released images of the new Beetlejuice, so maybe that could come to Horror Nights this year. Another thing I'm really missing right now at Universal, I'm just in the mood to watch a show. The last Waterworld already happened, so we can't watch Waterworld. We used to have two other shows. We had Animal Actors and Special Effects, and now we only have Waterworld. Alright, just made it to Three Broomsticks to see if they have the Butterbeer Lolly. They were supposed to have it on the 15th, or beginning on the 15th, because it's Butterbeer season now. And essentially, they're releasing a bunch of new Butterbeer treats around the Wizarding World at both parks. They didn't have the Butterbeer Lolly during our last visit. It's been 3 days since our last visit, so we're gonna check at Three Broomsticks and see if they have it. The Butterbeer Lolly yet? The Butterbeer Lolly? They just released a bunch of like Butterbeer treats for the Butterbeer season.
Buddy. Here we already have the cold fruit.
Okay, thank you. It's so strange. I'm reading through the press email right now, and it says throughout Butterbeer season, both destinations will roll out delectable treats, including an iced lolly, which features the rich palate, pleasing butterbeer flavor in popsicle form. But they don't say where you could buy this, so I'm assuming it's at Honeyduke's, which is currently closed. I'm actually very surprised with how successful Power Up Cafe has been. It's been open for about a month and 5 days now, which is very impressive. What was I talking about? Every time I'm visiting the park now, there's a line out the door, and I think that's good to see. I feel like they need to add more offerings to Power Up Cafe from this point forward. Right now, it's just the calzone and the pretzel. Actually, you know what? Let's just try the pretzel. You know what? I changed my mind. I went so heavy on the carbs today. I had a pasta in the morning, and not enough protein. At Disney, they have Bengal barbecue where you could get like protein and meat and stuff. We don't have that here, really. We have rotisserie chicken at 3 broomsticks. But I changed my mind. I walked in, I smelled the pretzel. I'm like, okay, maybe it's a bad idea. It's dangerous. All right, so we were walking through the stores earlier, and I'm like, right now merchandise isn't the best inside of the theme park. I feel like they could do a little bit better. I feel like that's a good opportunity to plug my merchandise. That's a Wrap Apparel. It's my new apparel line that you could get and represent while you visit the theme park.
Yeah.
Dracula.
Oh, you're going to do some posting without me?
I haven't seen you in such
What?
a long
This guy,
time.
he keeps getting bigger and bigger, and soon he'll be deader and deader, right?
Yeah, I'm
He's
getting
going to
there.
come to the vampire side.
I'm excited.
I
Ready.
know.
How
Yeah.
old do I have to be to reach that vampire side?
18, how old are you?
20.
Perfectly aged. Goodbye.